Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. So happy today to be able to share with you the new by Terry limited edition VIP Expert palette in the Terribly Paris collection. You will recognize we have this limited edition beautiful pink metallic casing. This is the Paris Mon Amour, Paris My Love palette. It follows two you might already know, the Paris by Light and Paris by Night limited edition palettes, which I don't believe are available anymore if you did not get your hands on them. But you can get your hands on this one now. I even linked it below in a few different countries if you are interested in trying it. We're going to try it out together today. So let's take a look at it. It is so pretty. Let me cover up the mirror and show you. I have been in there swatching it, so darn it if I haven't ruined some of the pretty already. But we have embossed Eiffel Towers and little fireworks and all sorts of just prettiness in mattes and metallics and rusty pinks, coppers, and all different shades of brown. One of these types of palettes that it's such a shame to swatch or frankly even use. I mean, look at this. So beautiful, this casing. And there's a nice mirror, it's solid metal, and just the embossing on the Paris embossing and by Terry embossing on the actual pans is so beautiful. I just absolutely love it. Let's look at the arm swatches now and keep a few things in mind while we do. This is a really subtle palette. You can see all 10 shades there. We have mattes and metallics, everything from pinks through to coppers and browns. I want you to keep in mind that these are very buildable shades. They do not skip. They do not have flaws. They do not fade away. But they do take a little bit of building. For me, I actually prefer that. So the swatches, I do not think do the palette justice. So they are very pretty and I do want you to see them. I think this palette really shines when applied to the eyes. And we have discussed this before on this channel, Princesses. Sometimes, eyeshadows are formulated more for swatches than anything else because everybody loves to swatch makeup. And sometimes those really dark, wanting dark swatches are really fun and cool, but they can be too much on the eyes or they can perform differently on the eyes. To me, this palette is an eye performer, not a swatch performer, but I do hope that the swatches at least give you an idea. I actually feel that the pans in this palette are more on target than the swatches, funnily enough. But we are going to recreate this eye look that I had no trouble doing today, and as you see, it's very smoky and deep. Did not have a problem with it. By the way, this also does come with a little dual-ended brush that we will talk about in a few minutes. It's not something I use, but I would love to know your opinion on it. But like I said, we'll discuss that. I am going to come back with nothing on my eyes. We will recreate this, to me, very pretty look, but these are really my colors. I've been so excited for this to arrive. So let's go ahead and dive in and play with it, and then we'll chat a little bit about it. Stay right there. Okay, nothing on my eyes, nothing up my sleeves. Excited to really put this palette to the test. The colors are so subtle but kind of dreamy creamy, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so let's start with a little Sonia G Sky brush. Going into one of these gorgeous colors. Oops, I just dropped the little, the little two-sided brush. I don't use that. Comment below if you use the brushes included. Now travel doesn't count. Travel doesn't count, because we all do what we got to do during travel. But I know some people just get them out and throw them away right away. So I'm just doing a wash of color with this bottom right light color here, more really than anything, kind of setting the concealer. Oops, I dipped into another color accidentally. Oh, we'll go with that color next then. Why not? Okay, so let's go with that. Let's go into this kind of darker chocolate brown up here and kind of go in there. A little bit of a happy mistake. I'm okay with it though. It'll be dark and sultry. The palette was asserting where to go next, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm just kind of adding that darker color in with kind of little swirling motions. Using this really dark color, which I don't know if I would have used next, but because I am a bit of a klutz and my brush went into it, I thought maybe it was a sign. And it's kind of a little happy sign, isn't it? Okay, let's go under the eye with it. And I'm gonna go all the way under the eye, even though this is a dark color. Let's just smoke it up. These shades, when I noticed in the swatches, are really, really subtle, but I really like that on the eye because subtle can be built up. And remember, subtle and patchy are very, very, very different. Okay, let's go in again with this lighter brown. This is where I would have started. And this is kind of a shimmer shade, a metallic. And what I'm doing is just going over the darker shade with the lighter one. I talked about this in another video, and you guys have got to comment below if you've done this. Have you ever been, as I'm doing, absent-mindedly chatting and putting on makeup and forgotten which color you had gone into? And have you, even worse, assumed, oh, it was this one, and then you put it on the eye and you're like, oh my gosh, is it not? Come on, it can't just be me. I've never done it on camera, fortunately, but if I did, I would keep it because it's funny. All right, I'm gonna go with this really pinky color here, actually. I don't know if I would normally do that, but why not? Let's just see what it's like. Oh, that's so pretty. This is a really pretty palette. So pretty. And you know, no matter how formulaic it is, putting that little bit of the light color just kind of in the center of the lid, it just brightens the eye. I'm putting that same color now underneath. Using the same brush that had the chocolate brown because I really don't care. They're gonna mix under the eye anyway. Putting a little bit of that same pink into the corner because now I'm just having fun. Okay, so I think this needs some brown liner, maybe Pat McGrath or Charlotte Tilbury, and definitely some mascara. And then let's chat about this fun little palette. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back with a little bit of liner and some mascara on. And you can take a look, both closed-eyed and open-eyed. You know what I really like about this palette? There's a few things I really like about it. I do enjoy how the shadows perform, but I like a dark shadow that takes a bit to get there. I don't mean that it skips. I don't mean that. But you would see maybe on the swatches, it took me a little while to get there. Not that it skipped, not that it was patchy. I just don't want to put on a dark color and have it just go with a wash of color. I like to slowly and gently build. I like that you can do that with these colors. I like that this palette easily goes from everyday to evening. I like that there are tone changes throughout. So we have these light taupes all the way through the espresso brown. And I do also enjoy that the kind of metallic colors, you have quite a few options from pinks to golds to browns and copper in the metallic. So I feel that both matte and metallic give you gradation and shade choices. I think it was very easy to work with and apply, and it's a very pretty, for me, everyday, could be evening, but it's a very pretty everyday palette. I am very, very pleased with it. Of course, these colors are right up my alley, so I would be pleased with it, but I also like the way they perform. I don't really know if we have room anymore in our makeup collections and in our budget for shadows that are not going to perform well and be creamy and smooth. So I do assure you that I like the way these perform. If you want something that's like a one swatch, you know, it's saturated and once on the eye and saturated, then you might not love it. But I mean, these performed so beautifully. I am very, very pleased with it. Please let me know below. Do you have either of the other VIP Expert Paris palettes? Are you going to pick this one up? Is yours in the mail onto you? It does take a while to get here because this does come to me in the US from France. It will be in US stores after that, I'm sure, but right now just overseas. So if you're in Europe, you might have gotten yours quicker. Did you decide to get it? Let me know below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please know that there are shopping links below for your convenience and hopefully for your country. Just look for your flag. And I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd certainly appreciate it. See you soon. Bye-bye.